All right. Hey, we are live
Good
and it
morning.
is good to see you. Yeah, good morning for you. Good afternoon for me. And we are a day later than usual. We've been doing our updates on our fitness challenge on Fridays, and today's Saturday. So don't mean to confuse anybody, but
My
we're just
fault.
doing it. That's okay. You gotta be there for your daughters and make sure that you're helping them out when needed. So all is well. And that just gave me one extra day to get in a little extra workout and to work a little bit more on fitness.
Yeah.
So yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Sorry, I didn't put my earphones in, so it's probably a bit noisy here. Um,
Oh,
I'm doing pretty well. I'm still enjoying the fitness challenge, the Get Fit with Rick. I haven't done the
me
Brazilian
too.
class yet. I'm still doing the easy one. I just
Okay.
haven't gotten to the mindset. So I'm coping with it really well. I'm really enjoy getting up and doing it. But NSV or whatever for me is yesterday I went to work with my daughter in the flower shop. And normally when I'm there, I'm doing the flowers and I have to sit every couple of
Okay.
minutes because I have a really weak back and I can't hold my weight up. I stood most of the day doing the flowers. I had the chair
Wow.
to me and says, "Here's the chair, Mum." I'm like, "I don't need it. I'm fine." And I think only twice in the whole day that I was there, I actually sat down and I put it to the walking videos because I've been doing
That's
that nearly every
amazing.
morning. And so I was wrapped. And also, I'm nervous to go walking by myself, like outside of the house. If we go around the
Right.
block or something, I have to take my husband because I feel a little bit off balance. But I'm actually
Yeah.
feeling confident that I can do it on my own. So this week, I'm actually going to go for a walk by myself around the block because I feel a bit more steadier on my feet and I do feel stronger. So, look,
I'm
I'm
so
wrapped.
excited for you. Oh my gosh.
Really good wins, and it's only 2 weeks in. So, yeah, if I can try and escalate it this week and do a bit more challenging workouts, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
limitless. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, you
So, yeah.
are. Speaking of limitless, for anyone who's new, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Lindy, 53-year-old mum of two, and yeah, from Melbourne, Australia. And I was around plus or minus 800 pounds, around 350 kilos for us Aussies. Had one foot in the grave, had given up on life. I didn't think I'd ever find a diet or not even, I don't even call this a diet, this a lifestyle that would work for me, but give me a second chance at life. So, yeah, had no mobility. I was stuck on the couch pretty much. Would walk from, down the hallway and sit on the couch, and that was it. That was my day. I couldn't function. And now I'm out driving and going out, and I've got my life back. So just by eating carnivore. So 2.5 years, I've lost, yeah, a person and a half in weight, pretty much.
Yeah.
Still on my journey.
Lost about
Still live.
500 pounds.
500, yeah, over 500
Oh yeah.
pounds.
That's
So,
that's that's two overweight people.
I was
Yeah.
yeah, so anyway, but yeah, definitely got my life back and, I'm continuing on. But yeah, carnivore for me is a new lifestyle. It's not a diet.
Yeah.
When I reach the goal weight, it doesn't stop. This is permanent and I love
Yeah.
it. I love the way it makes me feel. So that's my
Well, when
story.
you think about it, and I know that you work in kilos, us in the US, we're the backwards ones, but still doing the imperial system. But
Mhm.
so you don't necessarily think in pounds, right? You think in kilos. But
Yeah.
when I think about 500 pounds, if you take a normal size woman, if 250 pounds for in general is considered morbidly obese for a woman. And
Yeah.
unless she's like 6 feet tall and like really bulky, but in general, 250 pounds is morbidly obese for a woman. And yeah, so you've lost two morbidly obese women,
Yeah.
which
Well,
is
see, my
pretty
family
incredible.
all obese. Like, I come from an Italian
Yeah,
background. My grandmother, she was like a little penguin, had the little legs, big and round, and she used to waddle everywhere. The cutest, and I love her to bits. But that was my upbringing. So everyone in my family, friends, relatives that would come have always been big. So I always, to me, that is normal. And when I
right.
see other people that are not large, I just think that's never going to be me. You know, I'm never going to be that size because it's in my genes or whatever. You know, but look, I am losing the weight. Maybe I will get
Yeah.
to that. Like, I don't know, and be considered normal, but I'm not
Mhm.
expecting to go there. Like, as long as I can function in life, I can go out and do what I
Right.
want, go out with my family and friends and not be the one trailing behind or having to sit every 5 minutes and letting the team down kind of thing. And then I'm happy. So whatever weight I land,
Absolutely.
that's my goal, not
Yeah.
weight orientated.
You've
So
already come so far that,
yeah.
your life is so much different. Awesome. Well, I'm Lynn. I am 56-year-old, mom of three, grandmother of three, and I was close to 350 pounds. I think the highest I weighed in was like 347. So I probably have been over 350. I just didn't like to weigh myself. But weight loss was not my primary reason for doing the carnivore diet. It was because of my mast cell activation syndrome. I was totally disabled, very highly reactive to all sorts of things in the environment, in food, sunlight, UV rays, stress, noise would get my mast cells activated. I was having to go to the ER with throat swelling, tachycardia, dizziness, nausea, just randomly. So it seemed random at least. And I had to retire early from nursing because of my mast cell disease. I could not function, couldn't speak, couldn't think, constant pain, head to toe. I mean, I could go on and on about it. But out of desperation, I tried the carnivore diet. My husband recommended it to me, and it has completely changed my life. So I've lost over 100 pounds. Um, and I have my life back. I haven't had to take my rescue medications in months. It's pretty incredible. Like, I'm not having the throat swelling, I'm not having the tachycardia, I'm not having all those symptoms that I had before, which were like too numerous to to even comment on because there's so many. But the big thing, and I know this is the same with you, is that fitness has been a big challenge because we spent so much time sedentary. And I know you were way more sedentary than I was. I was, at least for a very much longer period of time than I was. Even the year that I spent sedentary, I was declining so rapidly. And I can't imagine, I know you were sedentary for 6 years, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, I mean, so I can see how you could just be like on the road to death. And because I was starting to really, really worry about myself after a year, seeing the amount of deterioration. So we are here. We have a lot of people in the comments. I don't know if I can't control the comments. So you're gonna have to do it this time. Hey, oh, good. You did a workout too. Awesome. Great to see you. Oh, we need to post the link too. Awesome. Oh, good. Glad to see you here from San Diego. San Diego. I love San Diego. I'm actually born and raised and spent the first 45 years of my life in California. So I'm a California native. And San
Yeah.
Diego is one of my favorite places. Hi, Josephine. Good to see you.
See you weekly. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms.
Awesome.
Kat.
Congratulations, Lindy. The German
Um,
Polish foods.
yeah, it's hard when you've got the like Italian and German background. You've got beautiful cakes and things as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, thank you so much.
Fantastic as well. Yeah.
Oh,
Fitness
fitness is
is now a
challenging.
challenge. Yeah. When you're like in a position that I guess both of us were, the last thing you want to do is do exercise and fitness because you're in pain and it just flares everything up and you just feel miserable. But when you start to feel good,
Right.
you actually want to, like, you crave that movement and you want to start moving.
That's
And that's
right.
now, but there's no way I could have done any of this at the beginning of my journey. Just getting off the couch and going to the toilet was a big thing for me. So
Oh,
now I
yeah.
just that feeling of exercise and that
Well,
nice pain
and
that you get from.
and for me, exercise intolerance was part of my mast cell activation syndrome. And I remember back in my 20s and 30s trying to exercise, and it would make me feel worse. And it was because I was fueling my body with things that were basically keeping my disease, which I didn't even know I had back then, but we're keeping it active. And oh, we put our link. So we really want some of you guys to join us. Be brave. Those of you who are doing the challenge, we'd love to have you come on. Just click that link and we'd love to meet you and talk to you and find out how you guys are doing with your fitness. But yeah, I'm actually finding that my exercise tolerance, now that I've been carnivore for over a year, and it's been going on, I think 14 months. Monday will be 14 months for me. And it's amazing. Like I don't collapse and have to go to bed after exercising anymore. It's like pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So, all right. So my July goal is BBE, first time doing this kind of way of eating. Oh, wow. August, my goal is to walk 30 minutes a day. Excellent. So you're just starting out. That's fantastic. Really stay connected with the carnivore community because we're here to support you. I mean, we're at various stages in doing this, but stay plugged in because it's, especially when you're first transitioning into eating carnivore, you got to fight through that transition phase. Some people have it a little harder than others, right?
It's
But
definitely hard, especially when you don't have that support outside, like with family and friends, and they're all on your back. Oh, you're going to get scurvy and you're going to have a heart attack and bowel cancer and all this stuff. And these noises are really loud in your ears. And then, hopping into this community and hearing of all the testimonials, you want this to be the loud noise in your head. You want to hear about the good things because it can improve your life. Yeah. But community is what has kept me on track because the outside influences in my family and friends is not very positive. Even though they see my transformation, they think I'm going to die. I was going to die at 800 pounds. I was on the couch. I couldn't move. People would come and visit and I'd get up to make a coffee and I'd get up from one chair. I'd sit at the kettle on another chair. I'd sit at the sink on another chair. I had chairs around the house because I couldn't hold my weight up. And now they're concerned that I'm going to die now because I'm eating meat. I'm like, seriously, and I'm driving.
When you were that heavy, did anybody actually kind of sit down and say, we're really worried about you, that we're going to, because of...
Not really. Like they were concerned, but they didn't really talk much about it. Maybe they were embarrassed by it or didn't want to upset me because I am very sensitive to that. But what really hurt me later was once I was into my carnivore journey, that my daughters actually sat down and said we're actually planning, if anything happened to me, that my youngest daughter was going to move in with my oldest daughter. And that broke my heart to think they were actually making plans for when I died. That broke my heart. I was wrecked from it, for weeks, thinking about all the anguish that I had put them through, because I didn't think about that when I wanted to die. I was sat on the couch. I'd wake up and I'd cry because I woke, from sleeping, because I'd woken up. I just didn't want to be here anymore. I felt like a failure. I felt like I'd let everybody down. I tried every diet. I had lap band surgery 27 years ago. I still ate my way through that. I was just such a failure. And to know that I'd hurt my daughters just from them watching me put myself through this pain and that I hated myself and they could see that, that's a terrible, it's a terrible feeling. They're so proud of me. We go out and they're just like, they love it. I'm driving them crazy because I'm taking selfies with me and my daughters everywhere we go. I'm whipping out the camera. I used to be the one hiding from the camera. That's why I don't have many photos of me because everything got deleted. People knew not to take photos of me. Now they can't get rid of the camera. Like, I'm out there whipping out the camera, taking photos of me, my girls. I want to document my time with them. I want
That's right.
them to have photos of me now. And I've changed I'm still working towards loving myself, but I'm trying very hard to be nice to myself, not keep putting myself down and saying I'm worthless. I deserve to be here. I deserve to be heard. I deserve to live a life. I didn't
Absolutely.
feel
Absolutely.
didn't feel like
Yeah,
that before.
that's amazing. I know my brother and sister-in-law actually sat me down and told me that they were really worried about me and my health. And, um, but at that time, I had no idea what to do. I mean, I had tried and failed so many diets. And when they sat down with me, I didn't realize either that I had the mast cell disease. So I knew I had something that was causing me to be chronically inflamed. Like every time I get my inflammatory markers tested, they were really high. And,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what to do about it. And I remember doctors would say, well, if you could get rid of the inflammation, you'd probably lose weight. I'm like, but how am I supposed to get rid of the inflammation when I don't even know what's causing it?
Yeah.
Nothing else would show up until I finally got my, diagnosis with the mast cell disease. And it's like, oh, now we know why. But yeah, my siblings and my husband, my family are really proud of me too. And I'm kind of like you too. I'm like, I'm not as afraid anymore about being in the photo
Yeah.
because, you know, it's, I don't stand out as the huge person in the photo. And, I always was very self-conscious.
Oh,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
so yep. So let's see. So I'm all over the social platform. Okay, good. Oh, good. Good to have a good husband to support you. My husband's very supportive of me too. He's doing carnivore with me. He's turned into this carnivore evangelist, honestly, and it's pretty awesome. So
Yeah.
how? So let's talk about. So for those of you who haven't been here with us before, our current challenge is a walking challenge, and we are utilizing the videos of a guy named Rick, and his channel is called Get Fit with Rick. And I think he's from the United Arab Emirates, or he's in that general area. I know that it seems like all of his the ones I've done have been in Dubai, and it's really pretty overlooking the water. And there's usually a cruise ship in the background. And which one? So you've kind of doing the easier
Yeah, I've
ones
popped the
so
link in
far.
the chat in here, so if you wanna have a look at the one I'm
Good.
doing, I find it very comfortable to do. I really need to challenge myself, and I said I was gonna do it last week, but I haven't done it yet, but this week I'm gonna try a bit of Bruno Mars or something a little bit more uplifting, get my feet off the ground a bit better. But this one is a nice cruisy beginner one, and I seem to be really okay with that one, so
That's
definitely need
good.
to me. But yeah, he's got some fantastic videos, something for everyone. If you're more, active, there's going to be lots of boppy ones in there. I think you did a Britney Spears one, didn't you? So
Yeah, I did one, and so I did one this morning that was the fastest one that I've done so far. And
how'd
it
you go?
was 8 minutes. It was the Tina Turner video where he
Okay.
did
Yeah.
Tina Turner. Yeah. And it was fast. It was really fast, but I was able to keep up. So
Oh,
I was pretty
great.
excited about that. Yeah, I've done I did an Ed Sheeran one. Um I've been kind of picking different ones every day. And
Mhm.
one of the things that I've challenged myself with this past week is to increase the amount of time. So the first week I was kind of sticking with ones that were 8 to 10 minutes. And I'm branching out and doing ones that are 15 minutes or more. Because I figure out, the 8 to 10 minute one, it was a little too easy. So
Yeah.
I was pretty excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Yeah, but for anybody who's doing them and is pretty, more agile on their feet and wants to challenge themselves, that teenager one was fast and it was a lot of fun. Actually, it went by so fast.
Yeah.
So that was
Well, just the beginner one, that's 15 minutes, and that's 2,000
mhm.
steps. That's 2,000 steps more than I've done in any other day. So to me, that's a really big win. And then if I can do it twice, and I've done it twice in one day, like I do it in the morning when I wake up and then maybe again in the afternoon, that's 4,000 steps for the day, which I just don't do in a normal day. So
Right. Oh yeah,
that's
me
loving it.
neither.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
helps with strengthening my back. So I definitely want to
Now,
keep this up. Yeah.
have you done the arm workout at all this past week?
Not this week. I hate it. I hate it with a passion, and I really should be doing it because I did experience some obviously changes. But yeah, it's just been a bit of a hectic week,
I
and
have the same
really,
issue.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
so,
good.
oh, I do. It's so hard that I don't want to do it. Okay, I did it twice this week, but I just wanted to share I've changed my approach to it. And it seems to be working. It's getting me over the psychological hump of being terrified to do it because it's so hard. So what I've been doing is I do it and I'll do like maybe half of it.
Okay.
And yeah, and I won't do and I'll still stop for breaks. Like I'll stop for breaks when I need them, but I'll do like half of it. And then I'll be like, okay, that's it. That's all I'm doing today. And then I'll come back and the next time I'll pick up where I left off and I'll do the rest of it. And
Okay.
like not having that internal pressure to do the whole thing, I think is helpful for me because
Yeah.
I, because I'm like you, I also saw benefit from it. Like I could feel that my arms were getting stronger and my shoulders were getting stronger. And so I know that it's beneficial. It's just so hard. But part of me is like, okay, even if it takes 6 months, like I've got to get to the point. Like it's now a personal challenge. Like I want to be able to at some point finish that darn thing.
Without stopping. I just wanna look like her and wear a pretty little yoga outfit and a matching yoga
Oh
mat.
my
That would be
goodness. Yeah, to not have the arm flab, and
yeah.
I'm hopeful. I really am hopeful that maybe potentially it can actually help. I mean, it seemed
Yeah.
to help a little bit. So, oh gosh, I got something in my eye. But anyways, so we got Simpsons here. Is the Tina Turner dancer? Yes, yes. Hey, Todd. Good
Yeah,
to see you here. When does oh, so it's already been going on. This is the 2 week update, but start. Yeah, just join us. We're just trying to get in shape. So just
yeah, so
this
if I, like, get fit with Rick, but there's lots of walking challenges out there on the YouTube, so just find
oh
what you
yeah.
like. Try and get fit with Rick. It's a bit of a tongue twister,
It's
isn't it?
fun.
It's got all
Yeah.
sorts of music, really slow things, very boppy ones, yeah, top hits, whatever, so there's something for everyone, so and it's
Yeah,
not
and we're
bad.
not being strict, right?
Yeah,
We're like
yeah,
probably one of the most loosey-goosey fitness challenges you're gonna find
yeah,
because like our goal is just to do it, to get moving and to do something every day because we've been so deconditioned
mm,
from so many years of being obese and sedentary. So we're just trying to get our bodies moving. So
yeah,
this is not a fitness challenge that is for people who are already fit. It really isn't. It's for people
no,
like
no.
us.
We're starting off
Yeah.
from the start, but then you've got people that do have the physical activity and whatever, and they might just want to ramp it up with a bit of music, and there's something there for everyone. So it doesn't matter what level you are, you start at the level that you're comfortable with and just work
Yeah.
your way up from there. And you've
Yeah.
got each other for a bit of support. So, oh, this is the
Yeah.
one you mentioned before. So,
Yes,
yep.
it's the Tina Turner dance. Yes, it is. Do you think you will get the gorgeous leg Tina? Oh, in my dreams. Yeah, I don't think so. I got too much loose skin. But yeah, the Tina Turner one is one of the on Get Fit with Rick. It's one of his videos. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. So hey, hi Deb. Good to see you here.
Yeah, and I've posted the arm challenge. For Jazzy, Jude, we actually did the arm challenge last month, but we are trying. I'm failing this week, but continuing to do the Flab challenge as well. So my goal was
Not
to do
every
it
day.
every day. Yeah, it's super hard. So if you click, you can click the link hopefully in the chat. That'll bring up the Flab challenge that we were doing, and there's a Dr. Berg video to go with it. Which if you go to our Flab challenges, you'll find it linked to the bottom of that as well. That explains the fascia and what our goal was. And I think I lost about a centimeter or something of arm flap because I've got quite a bit there.
Yeah, and I've heard I got, reports from
Yeah.
people who said they lost an inch off of their arms. So it
Yeah.
seems to work if you do it consistently, but I would say don't get discouraged if you can't do it because like I was having to take breaks every 20 seconds when I first started doing it, sometimes 15
Yeah.
seconds. Sometimes it was like a few seconds into it, my shoulders were dying and burning and screaming at me.
Oh, and by the end
So,
of it, the last exercise, we just couldn't do it. I do like 2 raises and I'm beat. It's totally got me. But we get better as you go on. But like we're still not at the stage where we can do the whole workout and not take a rest. And that prayer
yeah,
move, oh my gosh, I still cannot do it like that. I skip it. I just move my arms now, and because it just
yeah,
mentally, I find it too challenging. I just I can't do it in mentality now. So I keep my
yeah.
arms
The prayer
raised, I
move,
do the movements, but I just don't do that one.
can't do the prayer move. Yeah, the prayer move is definitely challenging. But and when we started the arm flab challenge, my goal was to be able to finish the video by the end of the month. And I realized that was not a realistic goal. Honestly, I
Yeah.
don't think that you and I actually even know what a realistic goal is necessarily when it comes to fitness. But I think
No,
we're getting better. Like this month, your goal is to just get moving every day. And that's
that's all right. You
perfect.
just move, and you don't want to push it so you hurt yourself, but you don't want to be too kind to yourself either. So you just got to
Right.
find that happy balance to keep progressing and getting better, but not, yeah, which is what I did this week. I got in a comfortable zone and I don't want to. I want to push it a little bit further this week. So
Yeah.
um yeah.
Yeah. You can't stay too comfortable, right?
Yeah.
So
Can't stay
hopefully
too
don't actually grow. Let's see. So have you ever done the slow jog run? I tried it today and had to start laughing because it was so silly, but it was fun and worked out some different muscles. I did outside 1 or 2 times, tried a slow jog. Man, do I feel awkward. Holy cow. But I haven't. Is now I don't know. Is that one of the videos or is that just like going outside and trying to jog?
Well, I don't know, but like even just in the basic beginner one, right at the end, we have to do that little sprint. And I
Oh, the
found that
sprint.
really uncomfortable because my whole body claps because I've got so much loose skin that everything claps. And then I get really like, can everybody hear me clapping? I'm probably wondering what I'm doing in here. So I find it really, I just don't like doing that bit. So I'll just sort of march on the spot because it totally throws me off. And yeah, like I should be
Yeah.
laughing.
I've been doing it. I've been doing it and it's hard, but I'm glad it's only 15 seconds because I know that sprints are really good for us. So hopefully you can maybe after your skin
After
removal
the
surgery.
surgery, yeah, because it actually
Yeah.
does hurt when you've got skin going all over the place in every direction. I'm scared I'm gonna pull something or do something wrong. So, I just take it slow. Like, I still move, but and a little bit quicker than what I normally would, but not to the sprinting stage because I physically can't do that. That's too hard
Right.
for me. But, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But, yeah,
That's
it's like
okay. I mean, the fact that you're seeing real life, I mean, you're seeing real life benefits, being able to stand up at the flower shop and that's amazing. So it's
yeah,
working for you.
yeah. So
Okay.
jogging and
So
running is really for me at the moment. So make sure
yes,
you
the
do the
breathing.
breathing. to. Yeah, I forget to breathe a lot of the time. I've always been a very shallow breather, and I don't know it's because I had so
Okay.
much weight on me or whatever, but even today, like, I just sit here and sometimes I have to remind myself to take a deep breath in, and you feel so
Me
much
too.
better. Yeah, and we used to
But
do it, like
during his workouts though, he reminds us to breathe.
he does, yeah.
Mhm.
I used to do the Wim Hof breathing. I don't know why I stopped. I should really continue doing that because I used to feel really good when I did that, and I used to feel like pins and needles go throughout my body, and that's probably because
Mhm.
my body's starved of oxygen and just getting that through everything, the
Yeah.
circulation starts to come back. So,
I did it for a
again,
while too. I felt like
yeah,
I was
when
gonna
you
pass out when I first started trying it. It's
yeah.
yeah, it's hard. Okay, so the slow jog is a way of jogging where you take short steps and put weight on your toes. Oh, okay. I haven't tried that
Hmm,
then. I've tried actual jogging, which ended up being very slow because
yeah,
that's the
well,
way I can do it. So,
I wonder if
but
it's
anyways,
similar
I
to
know.
because we're sort of like bouncing, which is like a jogging movement, I
Mhm.
guess. We could march
Yeah,
on a
the
rebounder, but,
rebounder. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and that I can
So I
do.
know
I'm really
last week we started to talk a little bit about habits and forming a new habit. And so I actually found a video that I thought would be kind of interesting to watch. I think it's like 4 minutes long. Um,
yeah,
but I thought it was really interesting. So I figured maybe you can share it and see what you think.
yeah, it's up on the screen now if you wanna hit play.
Alrighty. I don't know. Can I?
Oh, you'll have to do it on your browser window, the actual
Oh,
video
on mine.
window.
Okay. Okay. So I will go like this. There we go.
We talk all the time about our habits. We want to get into the habit of going to the gym or break the habit of hitting snooze 6 times in a row. But to actually change our habits, it helps to understand how scientists define them and what research can tell us how to make and break them. A habit is an action that we do automatically in response to some contextual cue because we've associated that cue with doing that thing. Like buckling your seatbelt automatically when you get in the car. Being in the car is the cue, and buckling up is the habit. It might seem like an exaggeration, but the thing that scientists call a habit really is automatic. You just experience that contextual cue, and the habit happens without you having to devote much conscious thought to it. Those cues can be pretty much anything, from seeing a note on the fridge to having just done another activity. And it's the piece that's often overlooked when people talk about habits. A habit isn't just a thing you do, it's also a cue that makes you do it. Psychologists believe we don't always use the best strategy to change our behavior. What seems like the obvious way to go isn't always supported by research into how people actually form durable habits. Like smartphone apps designed to remind you to do the thing. Great idea, right? Your phone reminds you until eventually you just do it automatically. But a 2015 study from researchers in the UK showed that reminders from an app can increase the likelihood that you'll do something in the moment, but it'll also work against that thing becoming an automatic habit. Why? Because you have the reminder to rely on. There's no reason for the habit to become automatic because your phone will tell you what to do and when. But research says that there is stuff we can do to be better at making habits. One strategy is known as piggybacking. This is where you pile an activity on top of another habit that you're already in the habit of doing. That way, the habit you already have can serve as the cue to do the second one. For example, a study published in the British Journal of Health Psychology found that people trying to get into the habit of flossing their teeth could piggyback the habit of tooth flossing onto the habit of tooth brushing. Further, they had more success forming the habit when they flossed after brushing than when they flossed before, because the tooth brushing became the cue for them to floss. Now, how long does it take to really pick up a habit? There's a lot of self-help advice out there that tries to convince you that you can form a habit in 21 days. But research suggests there's really no set timeline by which a habit is set in stone. It often takes much longer than 3 weeks, but it also can vary widely from person to person. One 2010 study of 82 participants tracked how automatic a particular habit became for people over the course of 12 weeks. The research then used that information to approximate how long it would take for the habit to become fully automatic for each participant. And the results range from 18 days to 254 days. But they also found that occasional missed days didn't doom the habit. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to stick with it. And then, of course, we often underestimate just how important a context cue is. For instance, a 2012 study found students in the habit of going to sports events at their school stadium automatically talked louder when they were shown a picture of the stadium. The researchers reasoned that talking loudly in the stadium counted as a habit, and just seeing a picture of the place was enough of a cue to trigger it. In fact, context is so important that it can also be the key to breaking a bad habit. When your normal routine is disrupted is a great time for habit breaking. If you move to a new apartment or start a new job, it's the perfect time to try to break that Starbucks habit, especially aren't walking by it every day on the way to the office. So what does the research tell us about making a habit? Decide which habit you want to incorporate into your daily life. Then pick a thing or place or event that you encounter every day that you can tie a habit to. Every time you encounter that context, do the thing. Some goal setting advice out there might encourage you to vary your routine to keep it interesting. But with habits, you gotta keep it consistent because half of a habit is the cue. With time and repetition, psych researchers tell us it can become automatic. You just gotta have the motivation to stick to it until you don't need motivation anymore. Thanks for watching this episode of SciShow Psych. Get in the habit of learning new things and understanding how your mind works, you're in luck. We post episodes on this channel Mondays and Thursdays on a nice regular schedule. If you want to keep up with our video, you can go to youtube.com/SciShowPsych and subscribe.
All right. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely love the idea of new habits. I actually came across one myself, Mel Robbins. She does a lot of cool videos, and she's got one called the 5-second rule, which I really love. And it's when you count, you've got 5 seconds to change your habits. So you count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just like the rocket. It's sort of the NASA thing. And then before you get to 1, you've got to do that movement. So after 5 seconds, that's when you sort of break it. So if you can change your habit within that 5 seconds, you're more likely to develop that habit and change your way of of doing things. So I do love that idea of changing habits, and I love the 5-second rule personally because I can resonate with that. I find it really, really easy. So but yeah, definitely.
I feel like for me, like the piggybacking concept, I've used that in the past and I didn't even realize that I was using that. So when I watched the video, I thought, okay, well, that's interesting because I might be able to incorporate that somehow. I actually a little bit started to incorporate it because I've been wanting to get my arms stronger. And I know the video that we're doing for the arm challenge is hard. And I thought, well, is there something else I can do that might be able to help me? And so what I started to do is when I feed my dog, and I'm in the kitchen, I stop and I'll do like countertop pushups, like 10, and that's it. And it's kind of a piggyback thing. Or if I'm doing something else in the kitchen, I'll stop and I'll do like 10 countertop pushups because I cannot do a pushup on the floor. Absolutely not. But I'm going to have to think about like the best way I can utilize that. And the 5-second thing too is really good. Like what prompts you to start counting down to 5 seconds, like the 5 seconds?
It's like when you wake up in the morning, it's before, you think about, should I get up and do my exercise? Instead of doing that, you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're up out of bed and start doing the exercise. So you don't stop and think about it, because once you start thinking about it, then you're like, oh, but it's raining outside. It's too cold. And then the self-doubt comes in, and then the excuses set in, and you think, I can do it later. So as soon as you wake up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm out of bed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, TV's on, ready for my Get Fit with Rick video. And then you just start pumping it out. So it's a really quick way of changing those habits. So, and then eventually it becomes automatic. So I really loved that concept. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I definitely would like to have the habit of doing some fitness activity be automatic and not something that I even have to think about. And I was reading, from a book club that I have on Sunday afternoon, our online book club on my channel, we're reading this book. I'll show it to you. This is the book we're reading. It's called Good Energy by Dr. Casey Means. Yeah. She's not carnivore. It's about metabolic health. And the chapter that I was reading today was talking about the link between being sedentary and overall morbidity, and it was pretty significant. And she was talking a little bit about research has shown about the number of steps. And I guess there's people that tend to have great longevity and low morbidity, and low mortality tend to get at least 7,000 steps in a day. And people that are really not in good shape get less than 4,000. And I was thinking back to how often, I mean, when I would get like maybe a little over 100 in a day, and it's like, wow. I mean, so it's scary. Like that's probably why, we were deteriorating fast, just laying around, and so it's kind of made me think that this is just the first step. Like doing a walking challenge is just the first step towards really getting the number of steps in per day. That's a lot more, because I'm still not getting 7,000. That's for sure.
No. And they do say you need 10,000 steps. Like I hear that thrown around a lot. 10,000 steps.
10,000 is a lot. I was encouraged by the 7,000 number because I'm like, okay, I might be able to do 7,000 steps.
Yeah.
But another thing she said in the book is that you're actually better if it's not like don't do 7,000 steps all like in 1 hour. You're actually like, spread it out over the day. So I really need to start getting up, and because I could easily still spend a lot of time sitting. That's maybe one of the big habits that I need to break is the habit of sitting.
Yeah.
Because it's just my comfort zone is just to be sitting, and like I can crochet for hours and be perfectly fine,
Yeah. So would you count doing the rebounder as steps as well? Because I do the rebounder, then I do to loosen me up and get my lymphatics, flowing, the circulation moving. So that I consider my warm up because it's like the healing bounce. And then I do my walking challenge. So would you count those bounces as steps?
Yeah, I would.
I'm getting 2,000 in the walking challenge plus what I do on the rebounder, which I do for probably 5 or 10 minutes, depending on how I'm feeling. So there's quite a few steps in there as well, I guess. So if I do the challenge twice, that's only half an hour. I do 15 in the morning, 15 in the afternoon. That's 4,000 plus the rebounder, and then vibration play. I don't know if you would count that. That's kind of movement, and I'm standing up on that. Who knows? Maybe I'm getting close to 10,000.
Maybe you're closer than you think. Do you have a smartwatch?
I don't. Yeah, I do have a Fitbit. I bought it ages ago and it doesn't work. So.
Oh,
yeah.
I bought mine is a cheap one. It's not an Apple Watch. It's a cheap one that I bought on Amazon, and it's $25. It doesn't do everything the Apple Watch does, but it does a lot. I mean, it tracks your steps, it tracks your heart rate, your O2 sats, it monitors my sleep. It has an app that goes with it. And you can set it to like, if you're going to go for a walk, you can set start and end, and it'll track your distance and all your metrics. And so it's actually pretty good. I think if I set it up properly, it could even play music. I can get phone calls. I get my texts and all my notifications from my phone on it. So it's pretty good I'll have to put a link in my video description to the watch, but I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars on an Apple Watch.
Yeah, I wonder if you can get an app on your phone that has like a pedometer or something. That might count.
Yes,
because I take the phone everywhere with me anyway, so I could probably just. Yeah, I might look into that. That'd be an interesting assignment. Yeah, just see how many steps I get in a day. I can even sort of mark it on the calendar and try and increase it every day, and just that's a good way to know that I'm challenging myself and getting a bit further in my journey.
So far today, I'm at 5,789 steps. So
Wow.
I think I'm gonna make at least the 7,000 today. I mean, I don't know if I'll make 10,000, but we'll see. It's still
Yeah.
early. Maybe my husband and I can go for a walk or something.
Oh,
But
I love that. I'm going to find, if you know of any Apple pedometers, can recommend a good free one, let me know in the comments and I might look one up and try and record it this week and see how many steps I can get in and try and improve on that every day. So that would be awesome.
yeah, definitely. And they're not all 100% accurate, but it's a good ballpark for sure.
Well, if you use the
So,
same one every day, you can use it. Yeah, sort of a baseline, isn't it, that
yeah,
you can work with. So same with scales.
yeah,
Like you jump on 3 different scales and they all tell you a different number. So you just use the
that's
same
right.
one every time, and then that's what you go with.
Yeah, you're
So
looking at the trends, right?
yeah.
Life Pro
Um,
walking pad. Wow, wow.
oh, okay. So we don't
I've
have
seen
Life
that.
Pro here. I'd love a walking pad. I do have a treadmill, but it's so bulky. The walking pads look really nice. I could just pop it under the couch when we're not using it. That would be lovely.
Yeah,
Mm,
I've seen those. I've never had a chance to walk on one, but that sounds like that would be nice. So,
yeah. My smartwatch
okay.
will keep the health app should be
Yeah,
good.
I figured too that like even if it doesn't last very long, it was like $25. So, I could replace how many times before I end up paying for an Apple Watch? So I figure at some point, like if I really find that I'm really using it all the time, maybe I'll invest in an Apple Watch, but I don't know. Right now, I don't have the motivation to spend that kind of money.
Yeah, no, we've got other bigger plans. Hopefully you come into Australia soon. So
I hope so.
Ready to
Yeah.
come. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
would
know.
be
In fact, I just talked to Dave today about like, so are we going to go to Australia in November? And so he said, look into the flights and we have a few things we got to work out with regard to the dates and see how much
yeah.
of the Healing Humanity crew is going to be able to go. I mean, I know that, Karen, Adam, and Todd are going, and so we'll see. We may potentially do a meetup. That would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a meet up in Australia. There's not much of a
Mhm.
community around here, but I'm starting to meet a few sort of people. But it would be lovely to have more of a community here in Australia. So just getting some big names over here might sort of, help us spread the word a
Yeah.
little bit better and ramp things up on the carnival side of things. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. So we'll see. It's still up in the air whether or not we're going to be able to come. And we haven't looked at the pricing of the flights and everything and need to hopefully coordinate with anyone else from the Healing Humanity team that's going. And so that, and, it'd be great to be there together. And like you said in a message to me earlier, it'd be nice to get everybody together again. It was so
Yeah.
fun and this.
Do a Carnival
So,
Camp Australia version.
yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
absolutely. So awesome. Well, I think that my goal for this coming week is to continue to increase my steps for the day inside and outside of the workout videos. And maybe I'll start tracking mine on my watch too, and so that I can get an idea of how I'm doing.
Yeah, I
And
think that would be a great exercise to do. Yeah, just to get a bit better idea because you sort of think, oh, I've done 2,000 steps, but like, what do all these other steps add up to? I'll be really interested to see if I can hit 10,000
right.
steps. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you may be doing more than you even realize. Now, one thing I have found is that the watch does not track the rebounder steps well at all.
Okay. Yeah.
And it just doesn't. It maybe catches every other one. So I wouldn't rely too heavily on that. It may do better if you have like a pedometer or the phone on like me in your pocket. It may do a little better. But I think that because I'm hanging on to the bar, it's not really getting a whole lot of movement with my hand. Like if I'm walking and I'm moving my arms, definitely seems to track it really well, but
Yeah.
not on the rebounder.
Well, when I did
Yeah.
have my bit, one step would actually register as 2 steps. And I don't know whether it's because I'm so bouncy, I've got so much skin that everything's really so it probably
I
won't
had
be
the opposite. I had the opposite. 2 steps counted as 1.
Yeah, so I'll probably have to record the time and then what the pedometer says and just sort of, yeah, as long as I can get my time in, if I can, do my 15-minute walking workout, my 15-minute treadmill, or not treadmill, rebounder, and my vibration plate, I think that goes for 10 minutes before it cuts out. And I'll just, tally up those hours and then just be interested to see what the steps come out as. But I'm sure it's not going to be very accurate at all with my, everything bounces. So I'll probably get 2 or 3 or 4 steps for one.
Maybe you need to somehow strap it to your ankle or something.
Oh, well, it's what it is.
Yeah, it looks like you got a recommendation too. One comment ahead of that.
Ooh.
So see, mine doesn't the rebounder. Argus.
Argus, all right. I'll write that one down. I'll check that out after this stream. Argus. Thank you. I'm excited by that. So we'll see. We'll have more to report next week with the steps and the excellent.
Good. All right. Well, more power to us. So we'll regroup again next Friday and see how we're coming along. And I love the non-skill victory that you had this week. That's awesome. Super exciting.
It is. It confirms that we're on the right path. This is really good for, getting us out of that comfort zone that we've been in for a long time. And it's something that we're enjoying. So it's going to be sustainable moving forward. So super excited.
Yeah, me too. With the accountability, which really helps for sure.
It does. It does. Having everybody here doing the same thing with us. So, But do jump into Meet Sisters. We've got a little chat there. Meet Sisters on Facebook. I don't think I've got to. Let me find a link I think it's in our chat anyway. Here we go. Meet Sisters. If you want, just to chat with some other sisters, it's a private Facebook group. Meet Sisters. There we go. Private Facebook group, and we're just talking in there about the challenges and comparing notes. So a great place to come and get some support. We can talk about the arm flab challenge, the walk-in challenge, and I don't know what we're doing next month, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Whatever's going to get us closer to our goal of fitness and without injury is going to be a good thing to try. So awesome.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.